Stop right there. If you are even thinking about clicking buy now on a new Apple TV today, you need to freeze. Put your wallet away and listen closely. We are currently in February 2026, and the Apple TV sitting in your living room is officially a relic of the past. It is running on a chip from 2021. Think about that for a second. We have seen 4 generations of iPhones, new iPads, and revolutionary MacBooks, while the Apple TV has just been sitting there, gathering dust. But according to the latest supply chain leaks, that long period of stagnation is about to end with a bang. A massive upgrade is scheduled for March or April 2026, and it is going to change everything. But before you get excited, there are some serious red flags in these leaks that could ruin the experience for you. Let's dive into the heart of this machine, the silicon. For the first time in years, Apple is trying to justify that Apple tax. Leaks from major insiders like Mark Gurman suggest that the A17 Pro chip is coming to the high-end Apple TV. This is the same beast found in the iPhone 15 Pro. This chip is a monster, but it has a dark side. If you remember the iPhone 15 launch, you remember the heat issues. That chip runs hot. Now, the Apple TV has always been a silent, fanless puck. If Apple jams an A17 Pro into that tiny plastic box without a major cooling redesign, we are going to see massive throttling. Physics doesn't care about how much you love Apple. If that chip can't breathe, your performance will drop. So why does Apple even need this much power? It's not for watching Netflix. You can stream 4K video on a device with the power of a potato. This move is Apple's final stand for console gaming in the living room. They want hardware-accelerated ray tracing on your TV. They have been trying to make Apple Arcade a thing for 5 years, and let's be honest, it hasn't worked because the hardware couldn't handle real AAA games. With the A17 Pro, you could technically run Resident Evil or Assassin's Creed natively on your TV. Whether developers actually port those games is a gamble, but the horsepower is finally arriving. Then we have the networking, which is a game-changer for the ecosystem. The 2026 model is rumored to support Wi-Fi 7. Now, I know what you're thinking. You probably don't even have a Wi-Fi 7 router yet. So why does it matter? It's not about your internet speed, it's about the Apple Vision Pro and the wider ecosystem. If you want to AirPlay 4K spatial video or mirror your Mac without that annoying lag, you need that massive bandwidth tunnel. This upgrade is designed to make the Apple TV a local hub that doesn't choke when you have 20 smart home devices screaming for attention. It solves the biggest headache of the current box, that random buffering when you're trying to mirror a high-quality file from your phone. But the real genius, or the real trap, is the strategy shift. Apple is rumored to be splitting the lineup. We are looking at a Pro model with the A17 chip and a stripped-down budget model for around $99. They have to do this. The Google TV Streamer and Amazon Fire Sticks have been eating Apple's lunch at the low end of the market. A $99 price point gets Apple into hotels, dorm rooms, and guest bedrooms. But knowing Apple, they will cut corners. Watch out for the Ethernet port. They removed it from the base model last time, and they will likely do it again. If you want a stable, hardwired connection, Apple is going to force you to pay for the expensive model. Now let's talk about the AI. We are expecting tvOS 26.4 to be the launch software. This version is deep into its lifecycle, which means it should be stable. The big pitch here is Siri with brains. Apple is planning to use the A17's neural engine to run large language models locally. Instead of asking Siri to find action movies and getting a mess of random results, you'll be able to use semantic search. You could say, "Show me that movie where the guy eats his shoe," and it will actually find the right film. It's faster, more private, and finally makes Siri useful. But I'm skeptical. Siri has been borderline useless on the TV for a decade. I'll believe the AI revolution when I don't have to repeat myself 3 times just to open a simple app. There is also a weird leak about a camera. Don't worry, it's not a built-in lens. Nobody wants a camera staring at them while they eat pizza on the couch. Instead, Apple is doubling down on external camera. Support and dedicated FaceTime accessories. They want your living room to be a conference room. It makes sense for the work-from-home crowd, but the ergonomics are awkward. Sitting 10 feet away on a couch for a video call makes you look tiny. Unless they use aggressive AI upscaling and cropping, this feature might just be another gimmick that normal people never use. So, when is this actually happening? All signs point to a spring 2026 event. This is where Apple usually drops the boring stuff like iPads so they can focus on the iPhone in the fall. If you are sitting on a 2017 or 2021 model, this is the upgrade you've been waiting for. The A17 Pro will likely get software updates for the next 7 years. But watch out for price creep. If Apple puts a Pro-grade chip and Wi-Fi 7 in this box, it isn't going to stay at $149. I would bet money that the Pro model jumps to $179 or even $199. They will justify it by calling it a gaming console, but don't fall for that unless you actually plan to buy a controller and play games. One more thing you shouldn't ignore: AV1 codec support. This is the geeky stuff that actually matters. YouTube and Netflix are switching to AV1 because it saves them bandwidth while keeping quality high. The current Apple TV doesn't have hardware decoding for this. If the 2026 model has it, your streams will look better and buffer less, even if your internet is slow. This is the most boring feature, but it's the one that will actually improve your daily life the most. The final verdict is simple. If you are buying an Apple TV today, stop. Just wait a few weeks. Even if you decide you don't need the new one, the launch will cause the old models to flood the refurbished market at half the price. But if you want the best of the best, wait for the reviews. Putting a phone chip in a plastic box without a fan is a risky move, and you want to make sure it doesn't melt before you spend your hard-earned money. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video and hit the bell icon. This helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss a deep dive into the tech that matters.